LoL Superheroes.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the next grueling installment of LoL Superheroes. Featuring me, your host as always, Double900 aka the Expert, here in the lovely world of League of Legends, where we pit two summoners against one another to prove their worth. Here today we have Jet playing as Cho'Gath and LittleLago as Garen as they go toe to toe on the proving grounds. Now, I have been saying for the past two episodes that I might not necessarily be alone for commentary for some of these installments. And this is the first one where I'm not alone, because I'm joined by my epic black gay friend, Snakebites.
Hello guys. My loading screen disappeared, so find a way to get it again.
Oh, lovely. But this is looking to be quite an interesting match, as we have Cho'Gath versus Garen, two relatively tanky people. Two can both have quite an obscene amount of damage output if built right, and if they have the early game advantage, which is all to play for. So, Bite, let's say that we had to judge this game straight up.
User joined your channel.
From the beginning. Who do you think would win? If it was just a straight up, if it was just a straight up battle with Cho'Gath versus Garen, who do you think would win?
"30 seconds until minions spawn."
You there, Bite?
Sorry, I have to connect my stuff. You were saying?
Yeah, anyway. So, if there was a straight up fight between Cho'Gath and Garen, we had no idea about these guys and how good they were in game at all, and it was just a matter of champion preference, who do you think would have the upper hand?
I would say maybe Garen. His silence can be debilitating, and his overall sustained damage can be very irritating if you're playing a caster like Cho'Gath.
Very true. Because Cho'Gath does have a silence of his own.
To watch for.
Yeah, because Cho'Gath does have a silence of his own, but it's basically the war of the silences. Whoever can get theirs off first will basically guarantee the initial win. Oh, as we now see Garen going toe to toe with Cho'Gath, its ability's going, but no one's hitting him. Ooh, lovely. Now let's have a look at the first items that people have gone for since we're on the proving grounds. Their starting gold will be a little bit higher than normal, so we have health and mana pots for Cho'Gath, along with cloth armor, standard boots, and Dawn's ring, whilst Garen has gone for Dawn shield, Dawn's blade, standard boots, and health pots.
I personally would have preferred Dawn shield.
What, for Cho'Gath, or
at least
just
versus
for
the Garen?
Dawn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least for Cho'Gath. I mean, I'm rooting for Cho'Gath just because I like him.
That's true, because I'm a huge fan of Cho'Gath in comparison to Garen. I don't know. I think it's more of a personal preference of the abilities, because either that or I just can't really play Garen to save my life. But
yeah. But I mean, if you look at their roles as champions in the game, they're actually really similar. Like disruptors, silence, and AoEs, and tankiness. The only thing is that Cho'Gath, even though Garen has his passive, Cho'Gath's passive has way more sustain.
True. Because the differences in passives is that Garen's passive is as long as he stays out of battle, his health regen increases. Whilst Cho'Gath is completely the opposite, where as long as he gets a kill, whether it be minion, champion, or any other kill of any sort, he gets mana and health in proportion to the kill. So, if it was a straight up war against the sustains, Cho'Gath would initially just win. Because upon farming, he would just get sustained, whilst Garen would have to stay out of a fight for how long is it? Is it 5 seconds he has to stay out of a fight until?
You have to stay out of the fight for 9 seconds.
9 seconds, damn.
But you regenerate a percentage of your HP, whereas Cho'Gath's is flat. So it's kind of balanced out.
That is true. It's just a matter of who will whose sustaining passive will obviously work better first, whether it be the sustain that is just basically capped to a par, or whether the sustain that keeps building up as long as you keep getting the health necessary to build it. So if we have a look at the minion farm at the moment, it is 16-7 for Cho'Gath against Garen. Cho'Gath pushing the tower of Garen's right now. Any idea on who's actually doing the better job early on, though?
Well, as far as builds go, I would say that Cho'Gath has the right idea by capitalizing on sustain, because that tends to be where Cho'Gath is good at. But Garen has 2 Doran's items, which is what I would have done. I would have done a Doran's ring and a shield, and then whatever Garen. You know what I mean? Because I mean the cloth is good, but it's just not as effective early game as Doran's shield, just because you get that flat block of 6 damage, which is really helpful against auto attackers like Garen or say you go top versus. You never really see a Shyvana days, but you'd get a Doran shield.
Yeah, I can understand that. So for the moment, it's just going a little bit back and forth in the early games. Like they're obviously hitting one another when we get the chance, but because they're so tanky and because of the incredible sustain that they both have,
no one's really done.
Oh! Here comes
But
Garen.
we have
Spin
level
to win.
6 Garen.
He's going in with the ignite on him. Cho'Gath goes for the nom nom when
and
Garen's
then
at
he
that
gets
much
the-
health. Cause Bite, you're probably like me. Whenever you play as Cho'Gath, early on you concentrate your nom noms on the minions so that you can get the stacks up, and then later on you would then use your nom nom for the damage that it does. Or would you play differently with Cho'Gath? What would you do? Bite.
Yep.
I just asked you the question.
Sorry. I'm a little distracted.
What are you doing right now?
Well, my mom's hollering, so.
Well, that's nice.
Oh, Cho'Gath could dive if he really wanted to.
You really could.
Oh, heal.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
They're racing for the round. He's done pretty good on his knockups, though.
Very true. I think I've only ever seen Cho'Gath miss his knockups a couple of times,
Like
and it was just when.
1 or twice.
Yeah, and it was just when Garen was just slightly out of range, so it isn't the complete end of the world on that matter. See, now this is where, like, Cho'Gath's sustain is truly working better for him. Because you see now, Garen's going to have to stay out of the fight, stay around his turret, whilst Cho'Gath is just has free reign of getting all the minions that he needs. And he can even still poke Garen whilst he's at the turret to just stop his passive from proccing, so... It's... Oh, we could see first kill right here. Barrier off on Cho'Gath, there you go. First blood to Cho'Gath. 7 minutes and 20 in. And Cho'Gath's going to go straight for the turret. He's going to kill himself in order to get those luscious new items.
He might be killed by Garen now. Sometimes you have to wait a certain length longer.
Oh, true that.
Trying to do.
So I think he's smart
Kinda
enough. He is going to back up. Let time pass a little bit
Oh
more.
no, he's gonna go for the.
There we go.
So he did wait, because if he didn't wait, I think Garen would have gotten the kill. So.
Very true. Because I think you accidentally did that with your match
Yeah,
against
I did that,
Cyfox.
and I went that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is one thing.
So
to keep in
Garen,
mind.
obviously being Garen, going for the Warmogs first, it's pretty
Straightforward.
predictable.
Yeah. Well, let's see what Cho'Gath's going for. He's got himself a Giant's Belt. Very nice. Does he have any more? He should have more money than Garen at this point to get something else, but it's just a matter of whether he is going to buy something else or whether he's going to completely save up. Ooh. Okay. Needlessly large rod comes into play with Cho'Gath. Wad more ability power for his damage output. Very interesting.
I think he wants to go for the Seekers and the Zonias. By the looks of I think that's what he's gonna turn his cloth armor into.
I could probably see that working. Oh, Garen stealing the health rune there for a second. Whoa, that nom does great damage. Because it is true damage, but it's also built up off of your AP, isn't it? And when fully, I know for a fact, but when it is fully stacked, it does 1000 true damage, which is crazy. That just basically means all that health you get from your Warmogs is just gone straight up as soon as he noms you. It's just a matter of timing it right, so that when you nom, you get your stacks. Because stacks equals hacks, especially if you're playing as Jax.
Ooh, he actually got that one.
We go Garen going in for something special. Oh, but not gonna.
He needs one more knockup.
Oh, there you go.
And
There's
then a
Minoki.
silence. Oh, he's got the rune now.
Oh, Garen's gonna go in again. It's gonna
Measure
be.
spin to win.
It is literally war of the sustain. Whoever sustains more, or whoever has the most health when it goes to going in for the kill, is going to get the better chance of winning. Whether
Which
it be
is why I personally would have gotten a Catalyst.
oh,
Just
Catalyst.
in my opinion. It
Yeah.
would give you way more sustain and man.
Very
Yep.
true. Especially in a fight like this when it is sustain versus sustain, because it should really be a matter early on of like out-sustaining your opponent and then capitalizing on their lack of sustain by completely destroying them. Good work of Cho'Gath as well, capitalizing on those runes, because I think he's picked up more than Garen has. And Garen's going in again with his ulti.
Well, that was a random ultimate.
Yep. Did pretty much nothing to Cho'Gath.
Absolutely nothing.
Because isn't Garen's
I think
ultimate...
he's just finding any way possible to deter him from the turret, but...
Yeah. Like, doesn't Garen's ultimate also give him true damage?
Garen's ultimate is magic damage.
Ooh. So that's even worse, because if Cho'Gath just has so much as any magic resist, it can just critically hinder that ulti, as Cho'Gath might just go in on this one. He does. There's the flash, there's the barrier, there's the nom, and there's the kill. 2-0 to Cho'Gath.
One thing that I do want to know, especially for something like on this map, even if Cho'Gath gets his stacks, the only way he can get items is if he dies.
So he loses stacks when he dies.
So he'll lose stacks every time he dies. So really it kind of sucks in the grand scheme of things, because you don't get to fully snowball as you would in a normal game. But if he builds AP, he can strictly use Randuin's Omen.
Oh yeah. Cho'Gath just had to go for Randuin's for one item that literally beats everyone.
Really is too. I mean, even if you're a caster, you're gonna be auto-attacking. So
And plus the active on it that just basically slows you the hell down for X amount of time is nuts.
yeah.
Just means, oh, I'm attacking you, you're running away, but you're not running away anytime soon. And Cho'Gath also
And an
capitalizing
interesting
on...
choice of elixir.
Yeah, he goes for the red elixir, which gives you health and attack damage, when the blue one would give you ability power and cooldowns, which I would think would be more beneficial on Cho'Gath.
And one thing is that he activated it too early. But that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, that's...
I think he wants the extra health versus Garen's ultimate, maybe.
I could probably see
But
that.
I'm not positive.
But Garen does now have Warmogs, so now that Garen has Warmogs, I think he can concentrate on more damage daily items or even armor penetration items to just dig through Cho'Gath's health. Because as you can see now, Garen's just doing nothing against Cho'Gath, just because
Cho'Gath at all.
he has all the sustain, but he has no real damage output, whilst Cho'Gath has a balance of sustain and damage. See, now you just see Garen
And he
going
hasn't
all
used
out.
his random, so...
Yep. No need to use Randuin's, and there's another kill.
I feel like he lagged out on that one.
It does feel a bit. It does feel a bit lagged out, but we'll soon find out whether it was a complete lag out or not. have to admit, for a war of the sustain, Cho'Gath is doing incredibly well. Like, I think it's just mostly the fact that Garen's just been out-caught by most of Cho'Gath's abilities, whilst, yes, Garen's been building sustain, but he hasn't got much else. Like, look at Garen's new items now. He just has another giant spell and another rejuvenation bead. He's still trying to out-sustain.
Like, I mean, this build works, but not so much when you're in a solo. You kind of have to more counter builds, like magic resist, rather than just health.
Building health, yeah. Because the health might be good for your passive and for your general, what Garen basically is, which is okay.
If you're in a 5v5 team.
Yeah, exactly. But
when it comes to 1v1s, it's kind of you have to counter build.
You have to completely
and
change your
outplay.
strategy. Exactly. You have to do more counterplay than anything when it comes to doing the 1v1s, because you don't know who you're going against. You could be going against Cho'Gath, you could be going against Annie, you could be going against Eve, you could even be going against Karma, for crying out loud.
Although now he's doing a good job of avoiding Cho'Gath's skill shots, but doesn't seem to be enough.
It might be too little too late on that front. He's getting a bit of poking here and there.
Random alts.
Yeah, oh no. Another kill. Sad face. I think Garen's just now throwing the match to Cho'Gath since he seems that his build isn't working, his sustain is being out-sustained by that of Cho'Gath, and it's just not working well for him at all.
At this point of the game, I think I would have had maybe a Wit's End and a Rod of Ages, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, the Randuin's Omen is a good idea, but considering he's like winning, I wouldn't go so tanky. I would kind of like the snowballing effect.
Yeah, you would balance out your sustain with your damage output so that you get more out of yourself rather than just having to counteract what you're going against. By all means, it's only 16 minutes in. If Garen plays his cards right, it is technically still all to play for. Garen going for the boots of swiftness, the first man of the match to actually change his boots. Or should I say upgrade his boots. However, is he going to use those boots is a matter of yay or nay, since all he is doing is basically going after Cho'Gath and throwing himself at this point. As we see now, yep, another throw, giving Cho'Gath another kill.
Cho'Gath looks so small.
I just don't think he's concentrating his noms. Well, he doesn't realise when his noms come off cooldown. But at this moment in time,
Really, he just needs to use his noms for damage.
Yeah.
Because the way the map works, it's not good for Cho'Gath.
Yeah. Okay, at this moment in time, Nexus turrets are now down. It's time to hit the Nexus, and I do believe at this moment in time, it's basically GG to Cho. Because, yep, Garen's is going to completely concentrate Cho the hell down. I don't know, he could maybe do
See, that
something.
super minion is gonna put in a lot of damage.
True that.
But Cho'Gath could really kill Garen if he wanted to. If he turned around.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. We could see a last minute kill.
If he
from
drags
Nexus
this out
dies.
and uses that super minions do a lot of damage.
Oh, they really do. But I think this is game over anyway. Garen's completely neglected his Nexus. His Nexus is going to be getting battered quite heavily. As he now runs to try and save the day. It's game over.
Game.
And I think the moral of this story is don't try to build a 5-man build when it's just a 1v1. Because this happens. So overall, Bite, what do you think Garen could have done to really help him out in this fight?
Not throw himself at Cho'Gath, to be honest. I mean, if Garen, I feel like if Garen really wanted to win, he would have just waited it out.
Yeah. I felt that exactly. It was just like, yes, you might have lost like a couple of kills, like you might have given a couple of kills early on, but that doesn't mean you can't wait it out and make a comeback. Because I've seen people make comebacks in 1v1 matches before just by simply waiting it out, waiting for the perfect time, making their moments and reclaiming kills. And yeah, I think it's just a matter of he just gave up on himself, so he shouldn't really do that. But overall, I think it's quite fair to say that Cho'Gath was just dominant in that match. He did win it overall, so well done Jet. And well done LittleLago as well for taking part in the 1v1. Now, if anyone is watching this and would like to be involved in LoL Superheroes, whether it is be a part of a 1v1 action or be a part of the commentary booth, then by all means get a hold of me via League of Legends or through the Teamspeak channel that we are using right now. But until next time folks, that is the end of this match. Thank you very much Snake Bites for joining me on commentary.
You're very welcome anytime.
There you go. And that is all from yours truly, Dumbos 900 aka the Expert. So until next time guys, that's the end of LoL Superheroes. Goodbye fellow summoners, goodbye. And we'll be seeing you guys on the fields of justice.
Somebody call the cops, cause we're gonna ramp it up. Say ramp it up. Ramp it up. Ramp it up. Quit talking like you got it, put your money where your mouth is. Ramp it up. Ramp it up. Say ramp it up. Let's see what you can do. Can you make the cut? We're gonna ramp it up. Yeah. Ramp it up. Come on. Ramp it up. Gonna ramp it up. Quit talking like you got it, put your money where your mouth is. Ramp it up. Yeah. Ramp it up. Put your fingers in the air. Ramp it up. Put 'em up. Let's see what you can do. Can you make the cut?